What is up, Lock Talk family? It's your boy Jason, and I'm here for another MLB breakdown. And hey, we're gonna do something a little bit different today. I want to get back to talking about prop matchups because that's what I love talking about. It's my bread and butter in football, basketball, and of course baseball as well. But coming off a winning day in premium, we went 2-1 with 2+ money hits. That makes us 7-2 in our last 9 games. Guys, if you guys want to get a chance to win a free daily card, just comment and like this video down below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button with that notification bell on so you never miss a pick. All right, guys, let's get straight into it. Hopefully you guys been liking the content. I've been trying to step up what I've been doing around here. Let me reduce my little image right here, and I got my mic, and you guys see I got the filter. I got a little bit less background. Now we can talk about the games and stuff. I got 3 player prop matchups where I think you guys can use to make your bets. These are not going to be specific bets because I'm filming this very, very early in the morning. Pitchers, lineups, umpires, weather can all change. Guys, please be responsible when making your propositions or making your bets. But hopefully all the information I'm telling you guys today can be helpful. I'm gonna give you guys good matchups, 3 different player props. Guys, watch this from beginning to end, and we'll go break it down. But all right, let's talk about the first matchup that I do like, and I like Tristan McKenzie, and I like a bunch of spots. I think he has a very, very tough matchup against the Reds, who have been hitting very, very well over the past few weeks. They have one of the highest on-base percentages in the MLB. Right above them is the San Diego Padres, and I just don't love Tristan McKenzie. The guy doesn't have really outstanding stats, and not only that, he's going against a Reds team who's really been picking it up. Tristan McKenzie is a right-handed pitcher, and the Reds, man, second in on-base percentage and pretty decently good WRC plus and low strike rate at 9% walk rate. And the one thing we know about Tristan McKenzie is that he gives up chances, man. He will give you opportunities to hit the ball, and not only that, he also has a little bit better a home and away split. So his better spot has been away from his home field and at night, but I don't think it's going to matter too much because he does have pretty poor splits in one aspect, and that is against right-handed bats. He'll be facing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right-handed bats, and some of them are super dangerous. Candelario, Ellie De La Cruz, Steer, India. I think he has his word cut out for him in this game. In terms of how I'll look at this game, you could look at it in multiple ways, man. I think because he gives up a high base percentage, or the team could, you could maybe even look at his outs, under his outs. You could also look at, I don't know if I would touch his strikeouts because he tries to get strikeouts. He's done okay in his last 2 games against teams that are pretty tough like the Kansas City Royals, but he's been getting right there. I do think his earned runs could be interesting just given how well the Reds have been hitting. The Reds are number 5 in WRC plus. Again, low strike rate and walk rate, and they will get guys on base. So you just need a few guys to get walked, maybe 1 or 2 singles. You get a double here and there. He can easily give up over 2.5 earned runs. And then the other one I was maybe considering, besides his earned runs, was his hits allowed. I mean, over 4.5. That's definitely very possible. I mean, again, the Cincinnati Reds have been performing very, very well, especially in American Small Park. Another thing I want to mention, playing in American Small Park or the Reds home field, very easy for the ball to get hit out the field. So that's why if I was to lean maybe some props look, it will be earned runs and maybe outs or hits. I wouldn't look at Ks, but again, I think it's a good matchup for the Reds to go against Tristan McKenzie. I think he could get touched up, and there's many ways to play it. Obviously, look at what book could work best for you. All right, guys, let's move on to the next one. And I'm going to talk about my man, Bryan Woo. Bryan Woo, coming back from injury, he's had a pretty great start to his season so far. He will be playing against the Oakland Athletics, and we just had a play against the Chicago White Sox. Against the Chicago White Sox. And let me pull up some stats on the Chicago White Sox. So the Chicago White Sox, they have not been hitting that great. They have been kind of picking it up over the last few games. They obviously made it a game last time out against Logan Gilbert. They got four runs against the Seattle team, and Seattle came back at the very end, pulled off the victory. But Bryan Woo is a different animal in my opinion. He's been a very, very solid pitcher. I mean, I used to love him, betting on him or backing him last year. And, you know, he's come back and had some pretty solid performances. They're going to be playing back at home, which is a more pitcher-friendly ballpark. And, you know, the one thing about Brian Wu is I do think his earned runs is a good spot. I mean, he's been, 80% on this line in the last 10 games, 60 in the last 20. So, and let's look at some of the teams he's played. Oakland, the Angels, not the best teams. He went against the Nationals, have been kind of hot. The New York Yankees gave him no earned runs, and KC no earned runs. So he's had a mixed bag of teams. Chicago White Sox are definitely not in the same category as the Yankees or KC. They're probably in the same category as like an Angels team. Maybe worse, and definitely worse than the Nationals, in my opinion. So I think he definitely could be limiting the runs. He doesn't go super deep into games. He's only been pitching up to 6 innings, which is a positive for this prop because, I mean, you don't want him to go super long because the longer he goes, the more chances he could give up. I do like his under 1.5 earned runs. For that reason, I think he could be limiting the hits. But I don't, even if he got guys on base, they need to score. And I think he's been definitely limiting that as well, as you can see. You could look at his hits allowed under 4.5 hits, but it's a little more juice at -142. But obviously, in order for you to get earned runs, you have to give up hits. So I don't really love this as much. I mean, I could definitely see, you know, maybe the White Sox could get some hits, but I mean, it's another way to play it. But I'd rather take less juice, obviously, on the earned runs, which is at -135, while the hits is like around -140. And in terms of the Chicago White Sox base percentage, they're bottom 3 in the league. Again, they kind of go hand in hand, in my opinion. Another thing probably people be asking is, can we do the Ks? I mean, yeah, you can do 6.5 Ks, but Chicago White Sox, their K percentage is at, 26%. It's another avenue you can go. I mean, they're top 3 in terms of Ks allowed. But again, he doesn't go super deep into games. I mean, 6 innings is a decent amount. He's not going 7 innings, but he hasn't really been getting over this line. He's been 20% under this line. Only hitting over. 20% in his last 20 games, 10 games. In his last 5, again, 20%. The only game he went over was against the Yankees, which is pretty surprising given how tough that team is to play against. So, again, guys, I mean, I think maybe the best ways to play, maybe you could do outs. Outs is also another avenue you could do because I think he'll probably go 6 innings given how poor the White Sox have hit. They're higher K percentage, so gives them chances to limit the pitch count. But I like the earned runs as well. Earned runs or outs are both, I think, pretty solid, but we haven't seen him go longer than 6 innings. So, you know, maybe if he gets into some trouble, which I don't think he will be. I think this number, the outs, is also solid. So 3 different looks. I think earned runs or outs are probably the ways I would play it. I wouldn't do hits or Ks in my opinion. But yeah, guys, hopefully this has been helpful. Before I go to my last one, guys, remember, please, if you guys want to get a chance to get in a week premium for absolutely free, just go to that pinned comment down below and show some love, man. Hopefully this has all been helpful. I like these prop videos a little bit more, and if you guys like these videos more than the game sides, just leave a comment, let me know, man. I'm always open to suggestions, so keep it rocking and rolling with you guys. But all right, let's talk about the last one. This one's gonna be a hitter one. I wanted to switch it up for you guys. I'm talking about my man Alex Bregman. He's been super hot, bro, to over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He has a pretty tough matchup, I'm not gonna lie, against Jordan Hicks. Jordan Hicks, you know, 4-2 record, pretty solid pitcher, really good at home, and also pretty good against right-handed bats. The thing about Jordan Hicks, though, is that he gives up contact, and because he gives up contact, I do think Alex Bregman will have a shot. Sometimes with these batters, man, it's just, you know, their stride. He's been getting over this line in 100% of his last 10 games. That's pretty insane. He's been going against tough competition. Angels, the St. Louis Cardinals who have pretty good pitchers, the Twins who have good pitchers, and Seattle who have good pitchers as well. In San Fran, I get it. I mean, it's a pitcher-friendly ballpark, but I just think this guy, he's been red hot. I mean, if you look at his splits, I mean, he has a pretty good batting average against, Jordan Hicks. Against his pitch mix, especially, the strikeout. We can look at the strikeouts. Alex Bregman against the sinker. Let's take a look. He has a .373 weighted average batting average. So against one of his best pitches, which is the sinker, he has a pretty high batting average against that number. And then this other high one is the splitter. Splitter not as good, but if you take a look at Jordan Hicks' pitch arsenal, which is the sinker, look at that, man, right here. He has a pretty high batting average against that. I think it's a good spot for hits, runs, and RBIs for Bregman. He goes second in the order, so he's usually behind Altuve. And as you know, Altuve, he's usually pretty good at getting on base. So in the event maybe we get a double and Altuve's on second or first base, he can get this in the first inning. He also is number 2, so he'll probably get 4 to 5 attempts on bat. And if you look at his plate appearances, it's that he's on top of the order. And I think because Jordan Hicks is a pitch to contact type guy, he's going to get a lot of chances to get some hits, get RBIs, get on base, etc. Of course, you could look at maybe total bases, but I don't like it as much, not just because the hit rate's slower. I just think he has a lot more options given how good he's been hitting. I can definitely see him getting walked. I mean, Bregman's been super hot right now. You can look at RBIs. RBIs pays much higher payout, but obviously much harder to do. I like the ability to hit more often with hits, runs, and RBIs, particularly in this spot, particularly being number 2 right behind Altuve, who usually has a pretty high on-base percentage. And we also, if I take a look at the on-base percentage for, I think, Houston, let's take a look. Look at another screen, guys. I apologize, but Houston is, yeah, around a little bit below league average, but I do think Bregman's has been red hot. I like his chances here, especially against his batting average against the sinker, which is particularly Jordan Hicks' most active pitch. But again, guys, if you guys want to know exactly what I'm giving out to my premium guys or what I'm betting on personally, shoot me a DM, join premium, hit that link down in the description. Hopefully these 3 plays can help you. You kind of craft your lineups, or, you know, take a look at some of the options you have in these 3 props. Again, rewatch the video, and if you have any questions, shoot me a DM. Until the next one, guys, I'll see you over on the next video, guys. Talk to you soon.